Every morning, before the world wakes up, before responsibilities pull you in 10 different directions, and before your mind becomes crowded with noise, there is a small window of time that holds immense power. The ancient Stoics believed that the way you begin your morning determines the quality of your day, your actions, your mindset, and ultimately, the person you become. 1. Wake with intention, not reaction. The very first thing the Stoics insist on is simple. Wake up with intention, not reaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote every morning as a reminder to himself. He began the day by preparing his mind, not by being dragged by his circumstances. He didn't check messages, he didn't rush, and he didn't let the world dictate his first thoughts. Think about your usual morning. Do you wake up and immediately check your phone? Do you scroll, read messages, or open social apps? If so, you're starting your day reacting to the world instead of leading it. Stoicism teaches that your first moments are sacred. They shape the tone of your entire day. In those moments, you choose whether you will rule your mind or let it be ruled. Waking with intention means reminding yourself, even in your half-asleep state, that you are stepping into responsibility, purpose, and choice. You decide what kind of person you will be today. You decide how you will respond to challenges. You decide whether you will be led by emotions or by reason. A Stoic morning begins with composure, not panic, with awareness, not impulse, with ownership, not chaos. So as you wake, pause, take a breath. Remind yourself, I begin the day as its master, not its victim. This single thought shifts everything. 2. Practice morning reflection. A Stoic self-check. Before you get up, before you move, before you face the world, the Stoics recommend a moment of reflection. Not long, just deliberate, introspective, clear. Marcus Aurelius started each day by reviewing what kind of person he intended to be. Seneca encouraged asking yourself, what weaknesses must I overcome today? What impulses must I restrain? What virtues must I strengthen? Morning reflection is a mental reset, a chance to clear away yesterday's frustrations, failures, or emotions, to look ahead without anxiety, to establish the mindset you want to carry into the day. Here are the exact questions the Stoics would have asked themselves. What is within my control today? What is outside my control, and must be accepted without resistance? What virtues do I want to embody today? Wisdom, discipline, courage, justice. What situations might challenge my calmness or test my character? How can I respond to them with grace? This is not about predicting the day. It's about preparing your character for whatever the day brings. You don't know what will happen, but you can decide how you will behave. This is the foundation of Stoic strength. Clarity before chaos. Intention before reaction. Virtue before emotion. 3. Separate what you can control from what you can't. Once you've reflected, the next Stoic habit is to consciously divide your upcoming day into 2 categories. 1. Things you can control. Your actions, your decisions, your effort, your honesty, your discipline. 2. Things you cannot control. The behavior of others, unexpected events, delays, opinions, outcomes. This separation is the heart of Stoicism. Epictetus called it the foundation of peace. Marcus Aurelius called it the beginning of wisdom. Seneca called it the path to freedom. In the morning, before anything happens, take a moment to make this distinction. You don't need a written list. though writing helps. You simply need to ground yourself in the truth that not everything that concerns you is yours to control. This stops you from wasting emotional energy on things that were never yours to carry. Today, someone may behave rudely. Someone may be late. Someone may gossip or criticize. Someone may not meet your expectations. None of these are in your power, but your response is, your discipline is, your composure is. The Stoics knew that most suffering comes from resisting what we cannot control. The morning is the time to cut this burden away before it begins. You are not responsible for what others do. You are responsible for who you become. 4. Do a Stoic morning journal. The Stoics were writers, not to publish books, but to sharpen the mind. Marcus Aurelius' Meditations was not written for an audience. It was a private journal. Notes to himself, reminders of who he wanted to be and what he wanted to avoid. Your morning journal does not need to be poetic or perfect. It's not for anyone else. It is your way of emptying emotional clutter, clarifying thoughts, strengthening discipline, identifying your weaknesses, reinforcing your values. Write briefly but honestly. Ask yourself, what do I need to accomplish today? What fears or temptations might distract me? What virtues must I practice? How will I stay grounded? The purpose isn't to create aesthetic pages. It's to create a strong mind, a trained mindset, a mind that thinks before it reacts, a mind that understands itself. Even 2 or 3 lines are enough. But the consistency, that's where the power is. 5. Express morning gratitude. Stoicism is often mistaken as emotionless, but the Stoics were deeply appreciative of life. They believed in gratitude not as a positivity trick, but as a philosophical duty. Seneca wrote that nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the simple gift of waking up alive. Every morning, before the day's challenges begin, remind yourself of at least 3 things you're grateful for. Not dramatic things, not extraordinary things. Simple things. Waking up, a roof over your head, a body capable of moving, the chance to try again, the lessons of yesterday, the people who care for you, the silence of the early morning, breath in your lungs. Why is gratitude important to Stoicism? Because it anchors you in the present. It humbles you. It reminds you that life is temporary, fragile, and precious. It softens the ego and strengthens the spirit. A grateful person is difficult to upset, difficult to offend, difficult to manipulate, and difficult to break. Gratitude itself is a form of emotional armor. 6. Practice a Stoic form of mindful stillness. Before the day accelerates, the Stoics practiced stillness, a brief pause to collect the mind. It wasn't meditation in the modern spiritual sense. It was a mental discipline, the art of being present, stable, and undisturbed. You can do this through slow breathing, observing your thoughts without judgment, sitting upright in silence, grounding yourself in awareness, releasing tension in the body. The Stoics believed that a calm mind is a strong mind. They knew that clarity arises from silence, not speed. They knew that a person who begins the morning scattered will remain scattered throughout the day. Stillness strengthens your ability to respond instead of react. It slows your thoughts. It centers your emotions. It creates space between stimulus and response, the space where wisdom lives. Even 2 minutes of stillness is transformative. But practiced daily, it becomes one of the most powerful Stoic tools. 7. Rehearse the day ahead. Stoic anticipation. In Stoicism, There is a practice known as premeditation of evils, premeditatio malorum. It means anticipating the difficulties of the day before they occur. The point is not pessimism. The point is preparedness. The point is emotional armor. Marcus Aurelius did this every morning. He reminded himself that he would meet selfish people, ungrateful people, aggressive people, foolish people, impatient people. He didn't do this to judge them. He did it to prepare himself, to strengthen his tolerance, to prevent surprise turning into frustration, to walk into the day already mentally fortified. You can use this practice too. As you rehearse your day, imagine the difficulties you may face. Delays, disagreements, stress, unexpected tasks, rudeness, miscommunication, your own impulses. Then ask yourself, how will I respond with virtue? Will I respond calmly, with discipline, with compassion, with reason, with patience? This mental rehearsal turns chaos into expected challenges, and expected challenges lose their power. 8. Move your body. The Stoic philosophy of physical discipline. Stoicism doesn't separate the mind from the body. The Stoics believe the two are deeply linked. A disciplined body strengthens a disciplined mind. A lazy body weakens courage and character. Seneca wrote that physical training develops resilience, endurance, and self-control. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that the body was a tool to serve the mind and the mission. In the morning, move your body in any meaningful way. Stretch, walk, do push-ups, breathe deeply, engage your muscles, expand your lungs, wake up your nervous system. This is not about aesthetics, not about fitness trends, not about intensity. It's about virtue. Building a body capable of supporting a wise and disciplined mind. Physical movement increases clarity, reduces anxiety, and awakens discipline. It reinforces that you are not ruled by comfort, laziness, or habit. You choose movement even when the body resists, and this strengthens willpower for the rest of the day. A Stoic morning requires physical readiness. It is part of the philosophy. 9. Set your top priorities, not a to-do list, but a virtue list. Most people wake up and drown themselves in tasks, endless responsibilities, lists that never end. The Stoics didn't approach the day this way. They didn't believe in overwhelming themselves. They believed in clarity, in duty, in focus. Marcus Aurelius often wrote, "Do what is necessary, nothing more." This was not minimalism. It was Stoic discipline. The idea is to identify your highest priorities, the things that matter most, and devote your best energy to them. In the morning, choose 3 things, no more, that you must accomplish. These are not chores, not busy work. They are meaningful, important, aligned with your values and goals. Then ask yourself, what virtue will guide me through each task? Where must I show discipline? Where must I show courage? Where must I show patience or wisdom? When you set priorities with virtue instead of stress, your day becomes directed, purposeful, and meaningful. You are no longer busy. You are effective. The Stoics believe that wasted energy is wasted life. Your morning is the time to choose what deserves your energy. 10. Do a small act of mental or moral strength. Before stepping into the day, perform one action that strengthens your willpower. Something small but deliberate. Something that tells your mind, I am in control. This could be making your bed neatly, taking a cold shower, cleaning your space, resisting your phone, delaying pleasure, embracing discomfort, completing a small chore immediately. The Stoics believe discipline is not built through grand gestures but through small daily acts of self-command. Seneca wrote that we must train our mind the way athletes train the body, with consistent repetitions. When you do one small act of discipline in the morning, your brain enters the day strengthened. You have already proven to yourself that you can overcome resistance, and that energy follows you into every action afterwards. Your morning act of strength sets the tone for your character all day. Additional Stoic principles to anchor the entire morning. Now that you understand the 10 core Stoic morning habits, there are additional principles the Stoics lived by that reinforce everything you do after waking. These principles carry your morning routine into the rest of your day. 11. Practice memento mori, awareness of life's fragility. Every morning, the Stoics reflected on death, not to be morbid, but to appreciate life more deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You may not wake again. Do every act as if it were your last." When you remember life's fragility, you gain perspective. Small annoyances lose their power. Petty conflicts shrink. Gratitude rises. Urgency grows. Discipline strengthens. Memento mori doesn't make you fearful. It makes you awake, more present, more alive, more intentional. When you understand that each morning is a gift, you stop wasting it. 12. Embrace the Stoic attitude of service. The Stoics believe that every morning you prepare not just for yourself, but for your duty to others. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself, "You are made for cooperation, to do good to others." Your morning routine is not selfish, it's preparation. Preparation to be useful, to be kind, to be wise, to be patient, to be someone who contributes, not someone who drains others. You strengthen yourself so you can strengthen the world around you. 13. Practice emotional neutrality. The Stoics did not begin the morning chasing excitement or avoiding discomfort. They didn't demand the day be pleasant. They didn't expect perfect conditions. They accepted that life has both difficulty and ease. Emotional neutrality means walking into the day without expecting it to make you happy, without depending on circumstances, without assuming people will behave perfectly. You are grounded, centered, and emotionally even. Ready for anything, unshaken by anything. This mindset alone removes half your stress. 14. Remember your identity. You are in training. The Stoics believe that each morning is an opportunity to practice becoming the person you want to be. You are in training. Every challenge trains courage. Every irritation trains patience. Every temptation trains discipline. Every setback trains resilience. Your morning routine is not a ritual. It is preparation for training. Life is the gym. Challenges are your weights. Virtue is your strength. You are becoming more resilient every single morning. The conclusion: the Stoic morning transforms your life. If you repeat these practices every morning, not perfectly but consistently, your character will transform, not because of motivation, not because of inspiration, but because of discipline, intention, and repetition. Here are the 10 morning habits again, woven into your Stoic foundation. 1. Wake with intention. 2. Morning reflection. 3. Control versus no control. 4. Morning journaling. 5. Gratitude. 6. Stillness. 7. Day rehearsal. 8. Physical movement. 9. Setting meaningful priorities. 10. One small act of strength. These 10 practices can reshape your entire life. They build a mind that remains calm under pressure, a heart that stays grateful in adversity, a character that grows stronger through challenge, a spirit that cannot be shaken by circumstances. The Stoics believe the morning is the master key of the day. If you begin with clarity, discipline, intentionality, and presence, everything else falls into place naturally. Your morning is not chaos. It is not a race. It is not an accident. It is your foundation, your training ground, your quiet space of discipline and strength. Every morning is a fresh start, a new chance, a silent doorway into the person you want to become. Don't waste it. Don't let it slip by. Don't surrender it to distractions or to the world's demands. Own your morning. Shape your mind. Train your character. Live with virtue. This is the Stoic way.